In this lesson, we're going to be writing the end of our story. We want to focus on writing about how Nara met Aaron and how she felt towards the end. Remember, we're not writing it saying Nara, we're using the word I. You are pretending to be Nara for this. So in our plan, we're doing the second part of this picture and the very last one. So yesterday, so far, what you've done is you've talked about the beginning. Yesterday, you talked about what Nora found on the island, and her mood had just started to change. She was becoming a little bit worried about all these noises, and she was starting to think if it was a good idea to go exploring. Okay, and then the last thing on my plan says surprise. I haven't quite used that yet because I'm going to use it today because I'm going to talk about how she meets Aaron and how they develop their friendship. So I've got the ending of a story here for you to have a look at. Suddenly, when I was stood next to a huge arch of flowers, a little boy's face appeared in a bush. He told me his name was Aaron and that he lived on the island. I told him about how I had always wanted to visit here and that now I wasn't so sure. He explained that this is his home and all of the animals are his friends. He said he finds it hard to find a quiet place for himself. Then he guided me through the unfamiliar vegetation and took me to his hideaway. What a beautiful hideaway it was! When I looked out, I could see my small island in the distance and my dad rowing in the clear blue sea. What a wonderful place it was. Okay, so this is a shorter part of the story. Sorry, I just noticed a little spelling mistake there. It's a shorter start of the story. It's just the ending. We're wrapping things up. At the start of my ending, I'm talking about how I met Aaron. I've described him as a little boy. I explained that he told me that I've always wanted to visit there, and I told him that I wasn't sure. He explained that it was his home and all the animals are his friends. At this point, I'm starting to feel relieved. Okay, and then obviously it talks about what Aaron thinks of his home. And then at the end, we say how we looked out, we could see my small island in the distance and dad rowing in the sea. What a wonderful place it was. Again, you need all them things like capital letters, full stops. I've not got any question marks in this part of the story, but I've got a couple of exclamations again. What a wonderful place it was. And my other one is what a beautiful hideaway it was. They're very similar. They always are because they have to start with that word what. So you can just change a few of the words in there and you know you'll have a good um, exclamation sentence. Finger spaces, conjunctions, and, but, so, because, so. So for year two and for year one. Year one, if you want to have a go at using some of the other conjunctions, you can. Try and use some adjectives again. So I said the little boy's face, how it was hard to find a quiet place, the unfamiliar vegetation. That just means plants that you've never seen before. It's just a really fancy way of saying it. I've tried to use the best adjectives I can. You might say, we slowly crept to his hideaway if you want to use an adverb. Or you might just say, he took me. That's absolutely fine. Okay, keep up that lovely handwriting as well. And now when you finish, just like I've just done and I found my spelling mistake, go through your writing, have a break first, go through your writing, go through and check you've got those capital letters, full stops. Sometimes when you're writing and you're trying to get all your brilliant ideas onto the page, you might miss a word out or you might write a word more than once. So just go through and edit it with a different coloured pen or pencil and make it the best you can. You might think of a better word than big. You might use enormous or huge instead. So just go through and make it your very best. And then when you're done, send your finished piece of work to your teacher who can't wait to read your story. Good luck, everyone.